the truth about Instagram automation, right? So you've probably seen a bunch of videos online like this about people talking about Instagram automation, how to run a faceless Instagram page, this kind of stuff. And throughout all these videos, a lot of people have become aware of Instagram automation, but there's two big misconceptions which a lot of people have about Instagram automation and how it actually works, right? So for those who don't know, what is IG automation? Well, it's just running a faceless Instagram account and then monetizing it. So for example, this is one of my pages I've grown over the past couple of months, 270,000 followers, and I've grown some other pages. All my pages combined is like 450,000 followers. And so you can post pretty much any kind of content. So, for example, I posted this content. You could do AI content like this. You could also do luxury clip content, pretty much anything, right? And so, just so you understand, I've made a pretty good amount of money with this. Just to show you, I do kind of know what I'm talking about here. I've made like almost 40,000 in a month with this. Now, just so you know, that's my best month. That's not every single month. But I bought my dream car at age 17 because of this business model, and I've made some pretty good money with it, right? And so I'm going to show you in this video the truth about Instagram automation with the two misconceptions, right? So the first misconception, which a lot of people have, is false expectations. So a lot of people who are starting Instagram automation or who are watching videos about it, they have false expectations about what they can, I guess you could say, achieve. And part of the reason for that is you see a lot of videos like this online, right? How to make $20,000 in your first month with an Instagram page, right? And maybe I might have done this in the past with some of my videos. I'm still learning, so feel free to call me out if I've done that myself. But a lot of videos like this give people false expectations, and I try to always just be honest with people, right? If you start a faceless Instagram page from scratch, 0 followers, you're not going to make $10,000 in your first 30 days. And you're definitely not going to make $20,000 in your first 30 days. Now, I made 5,000 in my first week and 9,000 in my second week, but that was because for like a whole year before that, I already had a lot of experience of posting on social media, editing videos, going viral, that kind of stuff. So I kind of already knew a little bit what I was doing. I guess you could say I had a little bit of a head start. Now that doesn't mean you need experience, right? It just means that if you want to make $10,000 in your first month, you do need experience. But it is a great business model which you can get started to even just make, for example, 500 in your first month or your first couple months or however long, right? But for example, if your page has 5,000 followers and my page has 200,000 followers, who do you think is going to make more money there, right? Me, because I have the bigger page. Now, that's why I said it's a business model which you can get started. So you have 5,000 followers, you might only be able to make this much money, right? Maybe 1,000 a month, 2,000 a month. As you grow that more and more and more, to like how big my page is or other people's pages, then that's when you could start making more money. So you're not gonna make 20,000 in your first month. You could make 20,000 within like maybe 6 or 7 months. It's gonna take time. But I don't want to sit here and just give you false expectations just to try and sell you a course or something like that. Like if you do it, you're not gonna make 10,000 in your first 30 days. Okay, because like I said, you see a lot of people online talking about here's how you can make 10,000 in your first 30 days. Go viral in your first video. And I remember actually personally myself because when I was a beginner, right, before I ever made money online, I was trying like a bunch of different business models. Like I tried drop shipping. I listened to Iman Gadzhi once. I basically tried to open an agency and all this kind of stuff because when I was watching Iman Gadzhi's video, he was making it sound super easy, right? He was like best business model for beginners to make 10,000 in 30 days, those kind of titles, those kind of thumbnails. And so when I was watching Iman Gadzhi, I used to be a big fan of him. I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. This seems really great. He's making it seem super easy. And so I started an agency um, and I quit about 2 weeks later. And the reason I quit 2 weeks later was because I went into it with false expectations. I was like, okay, if I don't make at least 10,000 or 7 or 8,000 in my first 30 days, then it's a failure, right? And because I went in with those false expectations, I basically just tried and then just quit, right? Whereas if I just stuck with it, maybe I could have made it work. But the whole point is, right, if you're going to start, for example, a faceless Instagram page, don't go into it with the expectations of like, I need to make 10,000 in my first 30 days or I'm going to quit, right? So I remember I was watching Iman Gadzhi. I opened the agency. I tried it. I failed. And so after that, I was like, okay, I need to find a business model for complete beginners. I was like, okay, what do I know how to do? I kind of know how to edit videos. I've used CapCut a little bit in the past because I had like classes at school where we had to learn that stuff. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to start just posting these faceless clips. And that was the first business model which actually worked for me. The difference was though, I didn't go into it with false expectations of like, I need to make 10,000 in my first 30 days. When I first started out, I didn't just blow up on my first page, right? I didn't just blow up on my first account and make a ton of money. It took me about 9 accounts before I actually made my first dollar, right? And then, but here's the point, right? Imagine I went in with false expectations, like, okay, I'm going to try this. I didn't make any money on my first account, my second, my third, my fourth, all this kind of stuff. Imagine I had the false expectation, which is like, I need to make this money on my first account. I need to blow up on my first account. I would have given up on my first account or my second, my third, my fourth, whatever it is. I would have never reached that ninth account where I made all that money. I would have just given up and missed out on all the money that I've made since then, right? So it's a very important point. You can't go in with false expectations. Now, it's not going to take you 9 accounts to blow up. That's just because I was figuring it out myself. If you just watch my YouTube videos, you'll easily be successful within your first couple accounts. Like I said, you're not going to make 10,000 in your first 30 days, but Instagram automation is a great business model to just get started, to even just make a couple $100 a month when you're first starting out, and then scale it from there to make maybe a couple thousand a month, and then now you're on like 5 or 6 thousand a month as your page grows more and more and more. So if you just follow the steps I lay out, you could easily be successful in your first page. So in reality, like I said, it takes time, usually, because I have had people who I've taught this to and shown them to. Like, I've had people who literally made $70 in their first day, their first ever day. I've had people who've made 700 in their first week. So there are outliers like that. I mean, I made, like I said, it was about 5,000 in my first week. There are outliers like that, but usually it takes time. Okay, so you're probably not going to make 10,000 in your first 30 days. But if you just want to get started, it's a great business model for you to get started to make your first dollar online, right? So two key points, by the way. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. I try my best to reply to every single comment. So if you have a question, you will most likely get an answer. But two key points. So first is the false expectations. And then the second one is that you can make money in any niche. So I guess this kind of ties in, right? How these people online, they try to make it seem so easy for like, this is just so easy. It's gonna take no effort. You're gonna do it very easily. And they basically make it seem like you can just post anything and make any amount of money with it, which is not really true. They say that you can make money in any niche. Niche is actually one of the most important parts when it comes to Instagram automation, right? So for example, if you came to me with an offer, right? If you came to me with an offer and you said, okay, you can have a page like this on the left, the one posting these kind of videos on the left, where it's like meme videos, soccer videos, whatever it is, a page like that, posting that kind of content with 1 million followers, or a page on the right like this, posting this kind of content with only 20,000 followers. So 20,000 followers versus 1 million followers. What would I take? I would take the one on the right with only 20,000 followers, because that's how much more valuable a page like this is in the right niche. Because if you pick the wrong niche on Instagram automation, it's very, very hard to monetize. On the other hand, if you pick the right niche, there's so many different ways you can monetize it, and it's very, very easy to monetize. Um, I shouldn't say very, very easy, but it's very simple, I should say. And so I'll show you why, right? You need a niche where you have something clear you can offer to people. So, for example, offering people a course or a guide or something like that, right? And there's a reason. I'll say as a side note, there's a reason that like everybody online is selling a course. You've probably seen it. Like, every guy talking about making money is selling a course. It's because it's the best business model to get into, right? So you need to find a niche where you could, for example, sell a course to people, and some of the other ways which I'll show you can monetize. Now, don't just go and create a crappy course with no value in it. That's where it's like a scam. But as long as you have an actual course which is getting people results, it's really valuable inside. Then it's just it's a transactional, how would I say? It's basically valuable for everyone there, right? So you need a niche where you have something clear which you can offer to people. So an example of this, a great example of a good niche would be like the gym niche. So I always recommend the two niches which I'm the biggest fan of is the gym niche or the money luxury niche. I personally do the money luxury niche. I've done the gym niche in the past, but the money luxury niche, or sorry, the gym niche. For example, if you have a page posting content like this, here's just a few different ways which you can monetize it. You could sell digital products, fitness courses. So you could, for example, say, hey, if you like this video inside of your Instagram video, you could say, hey, if you like this video, if you want my free guide on how to grow your biceps in 30 days, comment this word and I'll send it to you, or click the link in my bio. So you can sell digital products here. You could affiliate gym supplements, which affiliate basically just means you sell somebody else's product for them and you keep a commission of the sale. So you sell someone else's product for $10, you have a commission rate of 40%. You keep $4 out of the $10. So, for example, in your videos, you could say, You could make a video about creatine, and then at the end tell them, hey, if you want to get some creatine, check the link in my bio. In the link in your bio, you have a link for them to buy creatine, and you're selling somebody else's creatine, which is a gym supplement, and then you keep a commission of the sale. Another one, for example, is the newsletter, which if you watch my videos, you already know how that works. If you haven't, I'll link a video at the end. But that's the way which I've made the most money with my page. But just getting people's emails, you collect their emails. Once you collect their emails, you make money from them. Simple as that. So here, there's a lot of ways you can monetize it because there's something clear you can offer to people. On the other hand, if you're posting content like this, like I showed you earlier, like for example, a content like this, right? Like a meme page where it's like funny clips of people doing stuff. What are you going to offer to those people? Like, hey, if you want more funny clips, then buy my guide, link in bio. Like no one's going to pay you for that, right? There's nothing clear which you can offer or sell to people, and nothing even clear which you can get people to take action on, right? So what are you going to promote, link in your bio if your page is like this, right? It's very, very hard to get clicks, traffic, and then also to monetize those clicks and traffic. It's almost impossible to even get the clicks and traffic because there's nothing which you can offer to that audience really, right? So that's why you see a lot of pages like this, they end up just selling out, and then they post like promotions for OF girls and that kind of stuff because they get so desperate. There's like no other way. Or they promote like get the $750 gift card in my bio. You've probably seen pages like that. It's because they get desperate. They have all these followers. They have millions of followers, but they can't monetize it, right? There was a video I recently watched of a girl on Instagram. I believe she had 260,000 followers. Um, and that's like basically the same amount as mine. And she did like a launch where she sold T-shirts basically. And with that launch where she sold T-shirts, I believe she made like $360 from it, right? So just to compare that with 270,000 followers and you only make $360 compared to me, you know, same amount of followers and I make way more money than her is because I picked the right niche, right? I picked like an educational style niche where I can monetize it. For example, if you're doing the money slash luxury niche, you could, for example, sell digital products on how to make money. If you don't, want to create your own digital product, you could affiliate somebody else's course. By the way, I let people affiliate my course for 100% commission. So you're just well, technically it's 90% because I have fees and stuff to pay, but you're basically just taking someone else's course, selling it, and then keeping all the money. You don't have to create your own. You can affiliate software that you can use. So this is a really underrated one. For example, if you have a page and on your Instagram page you teach people how to edit videos, for example, that's what your course is going to be on. You could just tell people to edit the videos, and then you can actually make the money by, for example, affiliating a software they need to use. So, for example, CapCut, where they can edit videos. You can tell them, hey, to edit your videos, you need to use CapCut. You can use this link to sign up, and then every time they sign up to CapCut through your link, you get a commission of however much they it is to sign up. CapCut's free, but like for example, they can sign up for the pro plan and that kind of stuff. And then lastly, you can obviously monetize it with the newsletter, which is like the best way by far to monetize any page. There was recently a guy commented on one of my videos. I wasn't even helping him; he was just watching my videos. He told me he made $20,000 with his newsletter. I believe it's the video. If you're watching this one, the one right before this, you can go check the comments yourself. And I wasn't even helping him. He was literally just watching my videos with that, right? So um, two key points again. I'll say it one more time. First, false expectations. So if you're going to start Instagram automation, don't go into it with false expectations. Go into it like, okay, it might take me a couple weeks before I start making money. It might take me a couple weeks before I even start getting traction on my page. I might blow up on my first post. There's a lot of people who've done that. A lot of people who I've helped who've made money within their first week or their first couple weeks, their first month, but it might take time. But if you're constantly hopping around from business model to business model, you're never going to be successful. Trust me, because I did that once. Once I stuck with something, boom, that's when I started getting insane results, right? So if you found this video useful, I'll put one up here somewhere which you can watch, which will break down more about in detail how you can monetize your page. And then also, if you have any questions on this, you can leave a comment. And if you want some personal help with this, I'll leave the link to my personal Instagram account, top link in bio. Just shoot me a message there, and I can help you out to get everything set up if you want. But yeah, if you found this video useful, see you in the next one, or see you wherever. Peace out.